That's fucked up. Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working! I was literally working! And they deactivated me! This is related. They just punished me for posting about my assault while DoorDashing. They just fired me! And the police are doing nothing! I lost my job! And that was my only way to make money to pay my bills! Hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2025. But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you've shown me. It's really making me feel so validated and seen and heard. And that's really helping me through this tough time. So I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate the outpouring of support. So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did.
Sorry to flashbang you there with a bunch of TikTok nonsense, but this situation has been going on for the past 3 days. And people are talking about the legitimacy of her claiming SA. And I deep dived into this. I've seen a few things, and DoorDash has actually released a public statement about the entire situation. So we're going to take a look right there. Notice how the screen is black. That's because I'm black and you're not going to see my face yet. Oh, there I go. Look at me, beautiful. And this is the statement released by DoorDash. We have seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days and want to clear the air. No one should ever experience SA harassment or abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it, full stop. We take these reports incredibly seriously and work closely with law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe, and that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. That is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated along with the customers while we investigated. We have also ensured that a Dasher has full access to their earnings. We know these are sensitive situations and we want every Dasher to know if you're feeling safe or experiencing something concerning, come to us. We're here to speak and listen. So now this is interesting. I feel bad for DoorDash dealing with this BS. She was in the wrong. Her original video shows the door was only a crack open. She opened it fully and entered. I would be fuming if I instructed a Dasher to leave it at my door and they opened the door and came in to film me in my sleep. I'm a Dasher stan after this actually. Y'all in the comments blindly taking her side is actually hysterical. I think everyone is missing the point. She posted a whole line. That's the problem. So those are reasonable people. Because after looking over all the case in this situation, I just want to point out, you guys saw the video too. She was not SA'd. And we'll be right back to talk about this with my thoughts after a brief commercial break.
Hey, you actually stuck around for the ad? I'm so proud of you. Let me tell you what I'm pitching to you real fast. Here's something you can do when you're bored, playing games and getting paid for it. If you hit the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now, you see that popping up right there? Look at that. It's so cool. It's so convenient. You can sign up to freecash.com and start right away. Now, I know your inclination to say this is a scam, but I assure you, I tried it myself. I thought it was a scam myself. Actually, I did actually try it out and it actually worked. I didn't expect to actually get paid, but I'm getting moolah, baby. It's simple. Create an account with your email and password. It takes seconds. Literal seconds. Inside, you'll see a wall of games, a bevy of things, and offers. Pick one you actually enjoy, play through levels, and cash lands straight into your free cash account. It's like turning your downtime into a side hustle without even noticing. Some people pull in $10 to $20 a day, but I've seen reports of much more moolah, Mr. Krabs. I've seen Scrooge McDuck numbers, and you could do this all while laying in your bedroom playing games on your phone. All they ask of you is that you spend your time playing the video games. They just want your time. Now, you could spend a little bucks in-game to hit levels faster, which lets you unlock the bigger offers and payouts because you gotta hit the levels to get bigger payouts. That's how some users end up earning hundreds, even $500 or more on certain offers. It's crazy, but you don't have to spend anything. You can just stick to the free levels like I did and still cash out. The whole point is that instead of just sitting there scrolling endlessly through TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or whatever, you're playing and earning at the same time. When it's time to cash out, you got options. You want to hit up PayPal, you want some gift cards, you can do whatever you want to. It's your decision. It's your world. I'm just living in it. So if you're curious, hit the link in my description or scan the code that's been on screen the entire time. You can just scan the code right there. You have the ability to just screen capture, scan the code, click the description. Make sure you do it through me, guys. Sign up for my link because I'm broke, guys. I'm doing this for the money, man. I got my family locked up. I beg you, please start playing for cash in your spare time. And when you use my link or QR code, you'll get a $5 bonus to get things right off. So go ahead and get the free cash right now. Freecash.com is 0CV. You're not responsible for any bodily harm, any extra harm, anybody getting destroyed, anybody getting hit with a meteor, anybody getting hit with a natural disaster, anybody getting hit with the power of God, anybody with God's wrath, any thunder striking your body, anybody that actually has kids because of this, anybody that gains thousands of dollars, they do not use that in order to attack me or strike me and send drones to my house to destroy my entire body. I appreciate it. That'd be lovely. Thank you. I would appreciate it a lot. And if you could enjoy this, just use my link in the description. Like I said before, use the QR code. Go ahead and do that. Everything's bye.
Okay, back to whatever I was talking about before. All right, let's have a real talk about this because this is very serious. It is okay to be furious that she lost her job. It is a righteous and human thing to burn with anger at the sheer casual cruelty of a corporate behemoth like DoorDash. They are huge. They are absolutely huge. And she is claiming SA when she actively opened the door when it was cracked. And the door was cracked, by the way. Can't even get the full video because she deleted it because it had public details, posted a guy's whole jiggly bits. If she had just posted about the story and talked about it and not shown the actual stuff that happened, she'd probably still have her job. That would be the whole thing there. The guy didn't sprawl and attack or anything of that variety. And I do agree that showing giblets or willingly showing the phallic member of a man to a woman, that is ridiculous. That's a bit nonsensical. Flashing somebody or something of that degree, that's bad. But she actively entered the room when she was told to drop the food off at the door, which is interesting. Very interesting. I think that is a strange thing to do, but I do think a sister that can sever a person's livelihood with the same automated finality as a software update, no hearing, no trial, no human being or a line is saying, let's talk this through, but that's not what happened here. They talked to her. She stated they talked to her. That's what happened. And I do agree, she should be mad she lost her job. But, and this is the but that gets shouted down the public square, hear me out here, that righteous fury does not automatically anoint her entire story as gospel. It does not make her narrative immune to the gentle, necessary pressure of scrutiny. Because I had to figure this out. Because if this was happening, we got to figure who the guy is, figure out what's happening, because that'd be important to figure out who the guy is, all this stuff. But by all means, this guy just fell asleep. And the door was cracked open slightly, and she opened the door. Don't even know what was going on there. Because in other videos she posted on her account, we discovered that she explained the full thing. She explained the full thing of her saying, yeah, I opened the door and things of that variety. She opened the door. There's a bunch of videos of her explaining how she opened the door. This is her thing. IRL Monster High Doll. She explained how she opened the door, silencing my SA story, time to sue, take to DoorDash, all this other stuff. What is happening on my job, DoorDash? She explained how she did this, like how she did it and how she opened the door and all this stuff. So she explained all of it, and people are tearing her apart in the comments. It's crazy. I'm not gonna wish any hate upon her in any capacity, but to claim SA, this is the part that gets me. It is a profound wrong that a person can lose their source of income for reporting something that disturbed them. I do want to say that. However, it is a profound danger to take a word like SA, a term that describes a specific devastating category of violence, and launch it like a missile into a situation of ambiguity. She opened a door. She walked into a private home. This is not a minor footnote. This is the plate shift in the narrative. This isn't about victim blaming. I'm not going to victim blaming. This is about definition protecting. When we stretch the meaning of sacred, terrible words to cover every instance of discomfort, we are not being progressive. We are committing linguistic arson, burning down the very house that real survivors need for shelter. I am a survivor. I got attacked by my manager while I was doing drag. Messed me up. I don't do drag anymore because of that. Phallic member was in my gullet. That's what happened there. Married man happened to that happened there. That's the whole thing. I bit it off. It was a whole thing happened there. It traumatized me. I was horrified. And I just got to talk about the anatomy of violation. There is a canyon difference between feeling violated and being violated in the way of the law and basic human decency. It's like a whole different spectrum. So, for instance, right? If a guy walks up, flashes you, boom. That's disgusting. Feel violated. If after so, he pounces upon you, that is being violated. Two different things. While it is disgusting and gross and weird and nasty and vitriolic to have that happen to you, and by all means, as I've gotten bigger on Instagram and Facebook and all TikTok and YouTube, people have sent me their giblets, whether it be women that are single mothers or dads that are secretly DL. I have received it a lot, and it is gross and it is nasty, and I hate every second of it, and they deserve to be shown and nonsense of that nature. But this is not what happened here. So intention is the ghost in the machine here. Context is the soil in which the event grows. Should the man have been naked or half dressed when expecting a delivery? No, not at all. That is a failure of common decency, a bizarre and unsettling social lapse. It creates a deeply uncomfortable, even frightening power dynamic. But if the instruction was to leave the food at the door and she crossed that threshold uninvited, the narrative splinters. It just splinters. The dynamic is no longer a passive delivery person walking into a trap. It becomes a story of mutual chaotic miscommunication. Two people occupying the same space under wildly different assumptions. Miscommunication is not predation. Awkwardness is not assault. Conflating the two doesn't just misrepresent this entire event. It trivializes the lived hell of those whom assault is not a strong word, but the weak echo of what it has done to them. And now, here comes the whole circus. The story is viral. It's being processed by the great grinding content machine of TikTok, stripped of its complicating details, and packaged as pure, undiluted rage bait for everybody. And that's the weird thing. But thankfully, DoorDash came in to actually do something there. Because what was happening here, the headlines write itself. A woman was attacked. It's just horrible. It's a perfect self-propelling narrative engine. It pulls the emotion from your throat before your cortex can even fire up a question, before the algorithm and its infinite soulless wisdom skips the crucial, messy human details. She walked in. That isn't a plot hole. It's the plot. It doesn't absolve the man of being strange or creating an uncomfortable situation, but it fundamentally changed the framework of calculated trap to bizarre, unfortunate clash of realities. That's the main difference that you got to get here. What she experienced was, by all accounts, deeply unsettling. That should not be minimized. Gig workers are not the cannon fodder of the modern economy. They are beautiful people that deliver my Chipotle. I love them so much. They are great. They're sent into 1,000 unpredictable private spaces every day with no backup, no security, no safety net, no union, nothing. Her fear, her discomfort, that is real. And it is a symptom of a system that treats human beings as disposable APIs. She deserves empathy for that. But the language she used, SA, assault, is not just a description. It is a freight train. It carries the weight of 1,000 courtrooms, 1,000,000 survivor stories, mine included, a history of silence playing. Words are not just words, they are tools. And when you use a sledgehammer to tap in a thumbtack, you don't miss the mark. You break the wall for everyone who comes after you. This is the real collateral damage of mislabeling. It is not just one man's reputation. It's about the next woman, the real survivor, who now has to fight a little harder to be believed because the public is fatigued, because the trolls have a new case study, because the well of credibility has been deliberately poisoned. Every exaggerated claim is a brick in the wall of disbelief that every real victim must eventually scale. It hands a loaded argument to every bad faith actor who sneers, "See? They cry wolf." And so we are divided. The digital mob has fractured into two screaming choirs. One chants, "Believe woman," as a usual solvent for all complexity. The other screams, "She's a liar," with a viciousness that rivals their own deep-seated misogyny. And lost in the middle are the rest of us, watching in horror as the nuanced, difficult human truth is flattened into a binary by the steamroller of social media. You're not forced to choose between justice and logic. You can hold both. You can be a fierce advocate for women's rights and still say with a clear conscience, "Wait, let's look at this. The specific situation does not fit that specific terrible definition. Let's see what's going on." And there is a cynical, booming economy of outrage. And this story is its latest currency. Every tweet, every duet, every performative gas is a transaction. That economy does not reward accuracy, it rewards amplitude. The more inflammatory the claim, the wider it spreads. The more it spreads, the more the original truth is distorted beyond recognition. This is a brand. It's not justice. It's a product, and we're just the consumers. She deserved a better platform for her pain than the gladiatorial arena of TikTok. But with that platform comes a profound responsibility. Social media is not a diary. I treat it like one, but I understand that it is a megaphone pointed at the world. When you use a word like assault, you are not just sharing a feeling, you are constructing a narrative. You are drafting a script for a million strangers to perform, and that performance has consequences that ripple far beyond your own screen. You may not see them, but they are real. The next time a woman is not believed because a jury has been conditioned by stories like this, that too is a part of your story. If we genuinely want to build a world where women can be heard and believed, truly believed, when they come forward with real devastating trauma, then we have to be honest. Brutally honest. Honesty is not a betrayal. It is the ultimate form of protection. It is how we fortify the credibility of those who would desperately need it in the future. If we stretch the definition of trauma to cover every moment of acute discomfort, we do not empower survivors. We abandon them. We leave them shouting into the void where their words have been hollowed out by overuse. So yes, mourn her job. DoorDash, I am happy with your statement, to be quite honest with you. You've done a good job. You've done a great job, honestly. Scream into the night about the disposability of workers in the gig economy. Yes, do that. That is good. But DoorDash did a good job here. DoorDash was very reasonable. Do not confuse that righteous fire with a justification for bending reality. When everything is labeled abuse, then nothing is. When every uncomfortable man is a predator, then every real monster gets to hide in the crowd. And if we insist on framing every woman in every ambiguous situation as a helpless passive victim, we are not empowering them. We are reducing them. We are stripping them of their agency, their judgment, their complexity, their humanity. We are trading the messy truth for a clean, palatable, and ultimately patronizing lie. That is not progress. It is a pantomime. And we all deserve better than a pantomime. Survivors deserve better. She too deserves better than to be a permanent lightning rod for a war she didn't start. But she also deserves to be held accountable for the words she chose to use. You do not get to play martyr with sacred language. You do not get to rewrite a chaotic human moment into a clear-cut crime just because it gets you likes. And if we truly want to protect the meaning of real world-shattering pain, then we have to stop rewarding the cheap, convincing imitations. Our empathy must be deep enough to hold her discomfort and strong enough to protect the definitions that save lives. Anyway, hope she gets her job back or finds some way to do that. Maybe she'll start a GoFundMe. I don't know. Maybe she already did. I have no clue. But hey, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have my thoughts, have a lovely day or night wherever you are. And please protect survivors. Bye.
I'm your Nick and Night, be my Laurel, use low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you